Hey, what's going on, guys? Beefladen here with a brand new Wonderlands video. Today we're going to be going over a certain spell and gun interaction that you could do with the spell shot. Now, we're going to be covering the Buffmeister of Agony. The Buffmeister is a spell that you can use to completely buff your damage into Kingdom Come and next week. What you want to do is you want to stick on the Buffmeister to whatever is comfortable for you. I like to sit it onto the left-hand side because that's your main spell slot. And then you want to put on a high damage spell, usually one that you want to cast really quickly because it only lasts with 9.6 seconds. So keep in mind that it only lasts a 10-second time period. With Spell Shot, you can also reset your spells. However, I'm going to show you one more thing with the Spell Shot that you can do to completely break the Buffmeister even more. Still, just to do a little bit of math first, our crossbow that we're doing here is only sitting at about 18k damage via crit. 17k if you get the ricochet with it. If you hit the non-crits, we're sitting at about 3,700 damage, 4,000. You get the gist. We throw in the Buffmeister. Our crit is going to be sitting at 31k, and we're also getting a fire damage that also applies a fire dot. Now, this is going to be happening on every single impact-related damage type that you do. Increase direct damage dealt by 155. It gives you fire damage. There are multiple different elements as well that you can get with it. This one just so happens to be a fire. The damage directly that you're going to be doing is going to be with your spells and with your crossbow directly. Now, if you're worried about your cooldown on your spell, there is one thing that you can do to make things a little bit better. So what we'll do is I'm going to cast my little magic spell right there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to swap it out to our next spell. Now what this allows you to do is that it allows you to have an instant action skill cooldown, or I guess spell cooldown in this case, which will replace our action skill cooldown. You can cast it again right away. So if you're worried about that 9.6 second mark, you can switch them out at will by entering your menu and going into your spells. When we cast it, there's a slow cooldown. Enter our menu, swap it out to our next spell, cast your spell right away, swap it out. It looks like they might have actually fixed it. I might be wrong on that. Oh, I see. Okay. Let me dial that back a little bit. If you've cast the spell before, there's still a cooldown on it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put on a new spell completely. Brand new spell completely. Just wanted to correct myself there. So we'll switch over to the Frozen Orb, and the Frozen Orb can be cast. So we'll take the Frozen Orb out now. And then we'll put on our Calamity of the Zealot. Calamity of the Zealot could be cast right away. Switch back out to our Calamity of the Zealot. Put on the Inflammation of the Zealot. You can cast it again. There's multiple casts on this one. Come back out. Switch it out to whatever. Go back to your Barrel Maker. It looks like the cooldown is going to be happening so long as it is not equipped. So if you've cast the spell, the cooldown will happen. If you re-equip it again later on, you have to wait for that cooldown. So you get to swap between a bunch of different spells, but you have to switch out to a new spell each time if you want to get this to work and get the instant cooldown whatsoever. Now, you can reset them with the spell shot ability on the capstone. Sever the Thread. Critical hits have a chance to instantly reset all spell cooldowns. Since we're using this with a crossbow, the crossbow is able to ricochet 6 crossbows to nearby enemies, and those are all going to get the application of the Buffmeister along with the fire damage as well. So you can apply multiple different spell dot damages to enemies. You can also have all those crossbow bolts that ricochet, get the Buffmeister's damage on top of that. So it's great for mobbing, it's great for bossing, it covers everything for you. If you want to get a full breakdown of this, the interaction was actually found by Debristicles. So go ahead and check out his video. I'm going to toss in his social media links in the description. He's going to give you a full breakdown on it if you want to see it a little bit more. He has a more of a advanced explanation than what I'm going to, because he was the original finder. However, this thing is an absolutely broken combination. It's probably going to get patched soon, so I would find a Buffmeister immediately and test this out as soon as possible. Other than that, I think that's going to cover the Buffmeister glitch and also the instant spell cooldown. My name is B Platinum, guys, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care, all. Laters.